Some months ago, I decided to get myself the new Mavic Air Fly More combo from DJI. It was to replace my old Phantom 3 Standard, which I've had for several years, but unfortunately it just doesn't go anywhere with me because it's too big and bulky, and when it comes to packing things and taking them with me, well, it just often gets forgotten and stays at home. So this new drone, this foldable, much smaller unit, is much more suited to traveling around and doing videography on the spot, because ultimately, if you don't have the equipment with you, then it can't be used and it's functionally useless sitting at home in the garage or in the studio. So the Mavic Air comes with all the documentation you could want, some prop guards and all the kind of nice to have things. This is part of the Fly More combo with extra props and 3 batteries total, which gives you quite a bit of flight time. The flight time on these is a little bit less than what they post, but not by much. The case that they come with is absolutely magnificent. I love this little cloth case with everything fits inside it. The remote control, all the batteries, the charger, everything you could ever want to just pick up and go, and you're on the road with this thing. The charger flips out and you can just plug in up to the 4 batteries at the same time. Works really well. I'm quite happy with it overall in the fit and finish department. The problem comes in is with DJI, if you're like me, that you're in the geo locations where flying is difficult, i.e. close to an airport. Well, I have permission to fly my drones at the airport along with my RC planes. We have a lease agreement with the airport, as well as a town bylaw supporting us flying models. So to get DJI to acknowledge that, recognize that, and give me my flight unlock codes to fly there has been challenging, to say the least. But I was able to get it done. Ultimately, I was able to program my custom unlock codes into both of my drones, my quadcopters, and now I can fly anywhere within the blocked off area, which is the airport. Updating the firmware on these is super easy. You're going to have to do it a lot, quite often. The firmware will be updated every couple of days, so be aware of that. If you're going out for something mission critical, power up your drone and make sure that your firmware is entirely up to date before you go at home. It's a lot easier to download the update on Wi-Fi to your phone and then flash it over to the drone. Overall, this thing is a cool looking little quad. I'm quite happy with it. It looks sharp, it folds up small, it's light, and so far so good. So in my case, once I got everything all updated and ready to fly, of course, I decided to try it in the basement. Now, I don't advocate that you do this with your quad because you are relying on the sensors or your piloting skill to avoid crashing into things. Well, I've flown in the basement quite a bit with my other quads that don't have any active stabilization, so this thing is actually a treat. It hovers, it controls, it does nothing that you don't tell it to. It has no bad tendencies. It's pretty typical of a DJI product. It just works. They work incredibly well. So on a spring evening, little dreary out, I took my first flight with the Mavic Air and it flew great. I'm sure YouTube will butcher the quality of this video, but this was captured at 4K, and on my home PC, it is quite stunning. The quality, the smoothness of the gimbal is excellent, and the sharpness in the detail is, I can't believe it. It works far better than I expected, and these are on full auto settings. Nothing special with the camera, no ND filters, nothing. So these are some things that we can play with later. We can go with ND filters. We wouldn't need them quite so much in this type of atmosphere, this type of light. It's plenty dark enough, but in the harsh daytime light, the broad daylight and harsh sunlight, it's good to get some ND filters on here. Overall, I couldn't be happier. This thing is ready to go. It's going to be a continual part of my kit I'll bring you guys some video here and there and try and integrate it into my mainline videos whenever I can. And it's just another tool in the toolbox kind of thing, allow me to do some interesting videography. And I really want to test out these custom modes. I'm really looking forward to trying out the pre-built-in modes, because they actually seem to work fantastic. The little asteroid or orbit modes, and some neat little pan shots that all you have to do is just activate them and let the quadcopter do the flying. So very handy for someone who's more into making videos than flying. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next video.